Hey guys, welcome back to the show. So today we are going to talk about image SEO, and we have talked about image SEO, but we are totally talking about how to hold on to the attention of readers through images. And I know those who are watching it on YouTube, the setting is kind of changed. Lockdown sucks. I really cannot wait to go back to office, create a studio for these videos so that everything is set. All I have to press is a button. But yeah, okay. So we are going to talk about images today and how to hold attention and why they are so important. So visual is the future of SEO. It cannot be just text-based content. Text-based content, the only text-based content that will rank in long term will be very high quality content, because there are a lot of AI that are coming in market, GPT-3, which can produce multiple articles in one go. And there are so many AIs, and people are publishing like 60 articles a month with just these AI tools. So they mix Surfer with different kind of AI tools like AI copywriters and conversions AI. And I'm not into that, so I don't remember the names. So tools like Surfer, Market Muse, which can give you all the like minor topics and H2s, and there are AI tools which write your headings. Anyway, so so quality will increase, but the future belongs to audio, video, and more like visual content. Okay, and that's why we need to talk about visual content. So when we talk about visual content, we know that people have shorter attention span, and every time I see an infographic explaining a blog on any other blog, or when I'm going through a blog and I see an image, I don't know where I heard this, but there is a quote or study that one image can put like describe 40 words in one go. So if you have 5 to 10 images on your blog, you can see some amazing result in terms of not only SEO but also in terms of holding user on your page and holding the page time. Okay, and before we go into different kind of 5 different kind of images you can use and their best practices, first thing there are two things I want to say. First, on how not to use images. Okay, understand this thing. Whenever you type a query on Google, type right now, let's say leather bags or leather boots, most of the time you won't see two complete identical images in search result, because Google Images is smart enough now that not to consider same images with same result. So every time you type a query or in search result, you will see different images. That's why one of the major reason you cannot go ahead, like there is copyright issue and other issues, but you cannot just take images from anywhere else and then publish on the blog. It won't work like that. The image won't rank for sure if the other image was ranking already. So that's one thing that you have to keep in mind. Another thing, I recently released a case study, I think on LinkedIn, but mostly on my newsletter. So if you're not subscribed, go ahead and subscribe to it. I released a case study, and there were so many outrage people and so much of outrage on different SEO groups that how is it possible that within one night you got from 30 clicks to 500 clicks overnight. Okay, so I want to first clear this thing, because they couldn't understand this thing. You need people who are not much into SEO, they don't know the concept of either Google News and Google Discover page. So Google Discover page, our blogs, like very less, we have seen that our blogs get discovered in Google Discover. So when it comes on Google Discover, you literally get a notification on Android to go ahead and click and read the blog. So you need to have something like pop culture kind of thing, something which people can go ahead and click. So earlier we wrote a blog about Miley Cyrus not being vegan, then we wrote about Mike Tyson not being vegan. Both of them got put in Discover, and overnight we got huge number of clicks. I know, I understand these clicks don't last, but that blog is still ranking on top, and maybe we won't be getting like 500 clicks every day. But as of now, the way we are seeing the pattern of that blog, that single 2-3 blogs itself are giving us more than 300 clicks from search, not from discover part, just from the search part. So you have to understand that blogs can go viral on Google as well overnight and increase the clicks, depend what kind of niche you are writing in. This particular time we wrote about the mistakes or something that can go wrong. It was like eyebrow tattoo going wrong, completely going wrong, and people get their eyebrows tattoo and it can go wrong, and what kind of harmful effects, and some with some photos. So people who write articles like BuzzFeed and all, they can go and discover, and overnight you can get 500 plus clicks. So the articles that Huffington Post and BuzzFeed and I don't know, like Forbes, right, which are very clickbaity, they go and discover, and all the Android user gets the notification. So you need to know about that before like coming back at me. And another thing, yeah, so go ahead and try and subscribe to the newsletter. Okay, let's get on to images. Okay, first thing first, infographics. Now, great way to get backlinks. Infographics are like an amazing way to get backlinks, and one of the best thing what I do with and I'm in this particular podcast, I'm not going to cover the basic techniques that you need to have alt tags on your images, and you need to have maybe if possible keyword as your image name and all those basic things, and we are talking a little more advanced than that level. But yeah, keep those things in mind. One thing what I have seen is, whenever you post an infographic, whenever you go ahead and post an infographic, just write the name of like the keyword and the word infographic in it. Okay, that's where a lot of people, so let's say if it's about intermittent fasting infographic, so people who want to use infographic go on Google and write intermittent fasting infographic, because either they are going to publish it on some forum answer like Quora answer and all. That's what I do. Another way is that people who want infographic, they are going to republish it on their website. So that's one of the great way to get backlinks. Great way to, it's an amazing way to explain your full blog in just 30 seconds. And do not use your infographic to write content. It's majorly about explaining everything in headings. Don't write small content on your infographic. It doesn't make sense because you have already done it in your blog. Third thing is, you get amazing Google traffic, and you get really good Google image traffic. One good practice what we do with our graphs and infographics is, after every 3 months, if we have created an infographic, we go on Google Images and do a reverse image search for our infographics, graphics, and all the visual content we have created in last 3 months. Sometimes we keep doing that, and when we come across a website with a very polite mail, we outreach them that you are using one of our infographic on your website. It would be great if you can drop us a link as well. That's one of the best ways to get some genuine backlinks on your website, because a lot of people do not have this courtesy of giving a outgoing link to you. But you have to sometimes mail. But if you are using someone else's infographic or graphs on your website, please don't be scared about external links. Do go ahead and give it to the person who deserves it. Second great way to keep your audience on your website is, and get amazing backlinks, is convert your existing data or any kind of study into graphs. Okay, now graphs are like pie charts or different kind of graphs, but graphs gets shared a lot in the industry, especially if you are in SEO industry and you are creating a lot of graphs and all with user data, or with the research that you can conduct on your own. Like you can go on Reddit, Quora, Facebook groups, and different kind of communities, LinkedIn, Twitter, and create a lot of research and convert it into graph, reshare it on all social media in a blog, and you will get a lot of shares and backlinks, and your name will be created in the market. That's not just for SEO, but any other industry that you are in. And yeah, so continue getting graphs. And most of the people who reshare graphs or studies, so there are a lot of studies out there, especially like I'm working on a nutrition background or nutrition studies. There are a lot of complicated studies that can be converted into graphs, And you can always go ahead and do your own surveys as well through SurveyMonkey and create those surveys into graphs. So that's again one of the best ways to do research and convert it into graph to give people exact knowledge how people are thinking. Okay, third way is product images. Now we are talking into e-commerce zone a little, but product images are an amazing way to do like different, like get different kind of clicks. Okay, and I'll give you my favorite strategy when it comes to product images. What we do, like with, I have like 7 e-commerce clients right now, and with all of them, we in the start itself, we tell them that this is gonna be our strategy to get more clicks, to get more backlinks, to get more content, because we need content. So we go ahead and hire influencers, micro influencers, who are sometimes even below 10,000 on Instagram. If we like their photography, we go ahead and hire them. And the best thing about that is, like, whenever we go ahead and hire an influencer to do such kind of thing, we they send us like 4 or 5 amazing images of with our product in use, and those are the images which we can circulate on all our social media, Twitter, Instagram, and everywhere. But with every time we share it with a unique keyword on our blog, that's there is a chance of getting huge Google like Google images traffic on your blog or on your website. And you can use it as product images as well if you think that those images are amazing. So people end up using the same image again and again without a user in it. And when you are writing a product review, this is product review guideline which Google gave, you need to show that you know a lot about product. And the one of the best ways to tell Google that we know about product is by showing that we use this product, and that's through images. So use more images through influencers, and one of the best strategy, I'm gonna give this strategy in detail for e-commerce websites as well. Do your own images that are tagged in your brand. Okay, like I bet every brand which is a little more famous and doing good sales, they keep getting a lot of tagged on Instagram, which most of the brands don't check. Like, they use their Instagram through Hootsuite and all. But go ahead and see your tagged images, see how you can repurpose them, share them in your story. If it's really a little bit decent, use them in the blogs. And so that's my product images strategy. Fourth strategy is banners. Now banners is like, don't use stock images and splash images and just go ahead and take an image and put it as a banner. As I told you earlier in the podcast, it won't work. Like, you are already taking something that Google images are reading and a lot of websites are using, and you're going to use the same thing. Put it in Canva, put a lot more elements into it, maybe put another image into it, put your own editing part into it. If you really want those images to rank on Google Images, then you have to put a little bit effort, or go ahead and hire someone from Fiverr, like $4, $5, and you will see an amazing result. Okay, last tip is memes and GIF. I keep insisting on using memes, and like, I love those blogs where I see memes or GIF in between. That's an amazing way to connect with your user. If you can make them laugh, you can make them do anything. So if it's an informational blog, a meme can really, like, when a person is smiling, he learns better. Okay, and he or she learns better. And when a person is, let's say if it's a transactional blog, again, as I said, if you can make them laugh, you can make them do anything. So these are some of the tips. I really apologize if the podcast went a little longer than usual. I'm not planning to create longer podcasts now. And these are some of the tips, and I hope you guys are loving the podcast. If you are, then please go ahead and click on subscribe button wherever you're listening to it. Go ahead and check my social media out. Do subscribe to newsletter for some unique tips which I want to send just on email, nowhere else. So that's like my goal. So I'm waiting for first good number of subscriber, and then I'm gonna make it weekly, and I keep increasing my frequency as the subscribers will keep increasing. So that's my strategy with the newsletter. And that's all, guys, and I will see you guys day after tomorrow. Bye.